Is that you, Santa Claus? Gifts I'm preparing for some Christmas sharing. Hanging my stocking, I can hear a knocking. Is that you, Santa Claus in the Philippines?
Sure, it's dark out, ain't the slightest spark out.
Avoid that traffic and those barking dogs. Who's there? Who is it stopping for a visit? Is that you, Santa Claus?
Is that you, Santa Claus? Yes, hang in the stocking, I can hear a knocking. Is that you, Santa Claus? Now stop teasing, 'cause I know you're there. Like a girl on a red street, I can see your feet.
Is that you, Santa Claus? Gifts I'm preparing for some Christmas sharing. Hanging my stocking, I can hear a knocking. Is that you, Santa Claus in the Philippines? One peek and I'll try there. Oh, oh, there's an eye there. Is that you, Santa Claus?
Please, please, pity my knees. Say that's you, Santa Claus. Avoid Red Street and Heidi and George, of course. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Why isn't that? Okay, that is weird. Good morning, guys. Try to get this together. Hey, what is going on? I look, George is awake.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Good morning, guys. Magandang umaga. Masaling aabak mayayong buntag sa tana. Good morning to you all. I sighed because hopefully there's no more storms because we've been lucky again because we're in Angel City.
I hope
But-
there's no more earthquakes. You realize there was another one this morning.
Yeah, but that's kind of. I mean,
Now it's just getting normal. So
well,
we
it's been
felt
normal.
we felt the last one. So in the last 48 hours in this area, several of the large ones have struck it. I think it was 4.0, 5. And these we can actually feel. I'm sure he didn't, but anywhere from San Fernando, Angeles City, Mabalacat City, Nueve.
Noesia.
Yeah. So, but it's just been one after the other. But I guess that
It's
entire
northeast
ring
of
of
us.
fire going around the world is literally on fire. There's been 5.0s. And so a lot of the classes have been shut down the next couple days. Also, they've got like a flu of some sort. I don't know if they're just stressed. In my opinion, I think the kids are overstressed right now.
Over what?
Over what?
Yeah.
Because not knowing if they're going to be earthquakes, the extra flooding this year.
It's normal.
Is it?
No, it is. I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, it is. When I was a kid, this is like normal. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
Earthquakes went off this much and there was this much flooding when you were a kid?
yeah, remember Pinatubo?
Yeah, I remember Pinatubo. That was one incident.
No. Okay. Philippines is on the Ring of Fire, aka the volcano belt, whichever name you want to call it. Before a volcano erupts, there's a lot of tectonic and magma disturbances going on. Babe,
Why are you looking at me with the crazy eyes already this
saying
morning?
is,
I get it, but there's a
before
lot
a
of
volcano erupts, there's a lot of earthquakes going to happen.
You do realize they just listed the Philippines as the worst disaster area right now on Earth, and that was never put like that. All of these earthquakes and aftershocks and all that, all I'm saying is there's something unprecedented once again going on here. And it could be part of the issue is they don't know about the aftershocks. That's a lot of them. I've been here almost 5 years and I never seen that many of them go off.
Okay.
You've seen that many go off at that high level with that much damage.
I've seen worse. I didn't personally see it, but worse has happened. Yes. Entire cities have leveled. Yes. In
Gotcha.
fact, Baguio City got leveled while I was here.
By an earthquake?
Yes, babe. That's why when I was in the U.S., whenever like a big giant hurricane goes through, I just shrug my shoulders like, we've had worse. Because honestly, I've seen worse. I mean,
Gotcha.
I'm not trying to downplay things. I'm saying I've been desensitized because I've seen a lot of really bad stuff
All right.
here in the Philippines. Yeah.
I'm going to stick to my opinion that the kids are stressed out. There's a lot of stuff
Okay.
going
Okay.
on. They
Now,
are new
okay.
generational. They
Thanks.
might
The
have a
new
flu, but how
generation
is it everywhere?
might
And they're going
be
to disinfect the
because
schools. And
because the newer generation are like the newer generation in the U.S. They're not as tough as we are when we were kids. Fact. I mean,
gotcha.
the newer kids nowadays are more like sheltered. I mean, shoot, they don't ride their BMX bicycles around the neighborhood anymore. You know what I'm saying? They don't get scraped. They don't. You're lucky if they ride around with their skateboards. It's not like back then. I'm just saying, guys. You guys know what I'm talking about. The generation in our generation are a different breed. We used to play with sticks, hate each other with them. When we go to the gym and go to karate or taekwondo, the master literally beats you up. Trust me, I got really beat up seriously and got like come home with bruises and burns and everything.
Didn't do a good enough job, did
Point being is you do that to a new generation? Are you kidding me? The master will get sued.
MB, especially here in the Philippines, every other person, I'm going to sue you. Hello, MB. Hello to the PA Philippine Antics Squad. What's going on? Chosen One is
Hey,
in.
chosen one, how you doing, man?
We will not pay you no attention. Somebody pray for me. We will. He's been up since
Hey,
12
chosen one.
a.m.
Well, you're probably still suffering from jet lag. Just saying.
But he's been here.
I know that, but it hasn't been that long. It takes a couple weeks.
How
to
long you been
adjust.
here, Chosen One?
Yeah.
How long?
Couple weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Hey, what's going on? Peter is in the house. What is going on? Before I go down the line, let me tell you about the subject we're going to talk about. Wake and bake. It's kind of like bake and shake. Say, shake and bake, baby. No Ricky Bobby.
Hey, Rick and Bobby.
So shake and bake, baby. Basically, it's wake and bake, which we all. I'm telling you, yeah, okay. Anyways, so basically, we thought we would go through discussing either going to wake or bake. You might bake when you get here because of the heat and everything, but or you might bake if you're cremated and you fall down the stairs about 3 o'clock today, and then you get baked in the oven and then thrown in the lot across the street because I'm in a good mood today. The cats are playing. And Mary, they're running back and forth underneath our feet. So there's kind of like three things. So basically, when you leave your country, basically it's like a wake happening, or aka funeral or wake. So that's where the wake part comes. Basically, people are somewhat semi mourning you leaving, almost like a funeral, because a good chance is a lot of people don't go back. Like me, I'm probably never going to go back. So that was the last time I seen my family. That's when the last time you've seen, well, anyways, most of his family. And so when you leave your country, it's pretty much like um, it's like a funeral. And there is a situation way back in the day, like in Ireland and the UK and other countries, back in the days like 1901 or something, when families would leave their countries and go to America, they used to have parties. It was a tradition. because basically you were celebrating your own death of leaving because nobody was going to see you again. I said, now this somewhat applies to coming here to the Philippines because a bunch of other things happen. So basically, you're also going to mourn your own life that you used to have. Like that's all I did. I still do it where I said, "Oh, it's not like America and it's not this." And you start bitching about that and comparing and not the same. So there is the mourning of that situation, and then you get into a retirement, you're then just missing your old job, your old life, and everything else. So that's kind of the third part of it. So there are stages of like grief and mourning just from quitting. A lot of people don't realize, and then they start another business, they don't realize how it can really get mundane. And you guys, you can only go, hey, stop guys, you can only go to so many places and travel so many islands and lay so many women and go to so many bars and hang out with friends, because then you just got the rest of your life. And I seen another guy, there's Mary. I seen another guy that retired like in 1979. I'm like, holy crap! Like he was, yeah, the guy I'm sure is dead now, but it was a show that I seen yesterday, and basically he went back to working. He opened up a pawn shop, and he couldn't sit with his wife. He goes, I will not sit at home with her. He goes, I retired from a full career, and then he bought this pawn shop off of somebody, and it just went from there. So in other words, he started a business, and a lot of guys come here and start a business. So that's what we're discussing, is basically when you leave the US, that's it. Your family's going to mourn you. You're going to mourn them. Do you miss them? Do some people cut ties and they do it shitty and then they have no way back? Yeah, sure. So that's what this whole discussion is about today. So give a layout on it. George is still half awake.
Now,
Get off that jelly bean.
now, of course, this doesn't apply to everybody, and what I'm getting at is,
Good jelly.
we're talking about more of, okay, kind of like back then, like Heidi says, a little bit background of what's going on back then is normally to start a new life in a different country, especially across the pond, you have to sell everything you've ever owned. All you basically leave is the shirt off your back, maybe a luggage, if that. And then you go on a boat. And honestly, a lot of these people don't make it.
All right, let me tell you about the one that I did see was a Titanic. You mentioned the boat and everything. It was a year's salary to get a middle class ticket for them, and some borrowed a bunch of money.
Yeah.
But the
No.
one woman that survived from this village, and I was telling George about this, do you know that she was in one of those boats that were lowering in the Titanic, and she ran for a hat because she felt that that hat was so valuable that was given to her, and that she would never be able to replace it. She went back in and grabbed it. All the boats were gone, but she jumped over and just landed in one of the boats. And she just took it upon herself. She didn't ask her nothing. She just threw herself over. But she was one of the survival from them Irish. And it was like, it made me start thinking of how they had those parties. And I was like, wow, I didn't realize like how bad things were back in those days. And it it was just kind of crazy.
Yeah. So that's what we're getting at is, again, it's the same thing right now, because some of you, again, some will sell everything they've ever owned and then move into the Philippines, as it were, or a different country if you choose to.
Yeah.
And now, whenever you're at this stage, you have to remember that that's a one-way ticket. Because if you sold everything you ever had, in all probability, you won't have enough money to get back. And your family knows this. And I'm going to tell you right now, your family, they're going to feel betrayed. And some of them will probably hate you.
I'm gonna let you know that it took a few years for a lot of my family to talk to me, so including the kids and stuff. Because although we planned, I'm not the first. We did not tell them like for a while, like right down to the last minute. And some we told after we left. Why? Because I'm not even an older man coming over. In other words, some of these guys are leaving adult children that are in their 40s and stuff, and they're leaving adult kids, and we have adult kids. But it wasn't like I was coming over here to get married to a woman. And some of the guys are selling the houses and their
Right.
inheritance and their, which would have been theirs, or the house that belonged that their mother paid into and everything. I mean, think about that. They thought they were going to inherit. And I get it's everybody's right, but there are reasons, and there's a lot of them that come here. And let's just be straight about it. Most of us aren't the best in the West situation of a perfect role model and father and mother
Well,
and
that's
all that.
irrelevant. I mean, you could be the best. They're still
What
gonna
I'm
feel the
saying
same
is a lot of
thing.
time people aren't getting along like the Cleaver family. That's what I'm trying to say. In other words, we're no family is perfect. So you really think, say, hey, I'm going to the Philippines to retire and I'm going to come back all the time,
Well,
No, it's
that's what
not
I
going to
said.
go
It
over
doesn't
really
matter
well.
what family background you're coming from. You're gonna face the same somewhat opposition, and that's what it's getting. And that's what Heidi's saying is the reason why she didn't tell her family is because she knew they would talk her down. If that makes any
Yeah,
sense.
they would have actually just, and I
Now,
still would have, and then they'd have been pissed, and then we would do what we did anyways,
now
which
you
wasn't
have to
talk for a
remember
while.
too. They would try to talk her down. First off, here's the weird part, and I don't mean weird, as in what I'm saying is a lot of you don't realize the mechanics of moving to a different country. Some of you will move to the Philippines or a different country
There's Tony.
because of a partner. Like your future partner is in the Philippines or a different country, and that's why you want to be there. Now, what I'm saying is, think about it this way: we're still having this somewhat an opposition from her family. Okay, it's hers because my family's kind of like half and half, and they also travel back and forth
And
from
your
the
family
U.S.
is here,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
so it made it
It's kind
easier.
of like depends on what I'm saying is to us. It's not permanent. We know we'll be always in touch and always see each other. But what I'm saying is on her side, not so much. And but what I'm getting at is imagine the opposition Heidi will get if I haven't been to her family parties, if they haven't met me, if they didn't know me.
Mhm.
Because here's the thing, I know her family. I've been in their parties.
Yeah, because
I've
a lot
been
of
in their
guys are just
homes.
coming here. They met them online.
Correct.
They've been sending money for years, and the families know about this stuff. And then all of a sudden, it's a big risk, and
Right.
they're trying to support them in a
So you'll
positive
face
way.
a lot more flack than me have and Heidi have. Because again, I've been in their families' lives and they know me.
Yeah. Good thing it wasn't Godzilla coming ashore in the Philippines. Tony Manning said, "Yeah, no big deal about the earthquakes." Which I get you guys. I'm a pretty passive person and pretty
Well, like
like,
I said,
but I think there's.
Westerners, yes, that was, I can see the reaction and the new generation.
I'm just saying, I've been here 5 years and never seen this many hit off. I mean, maybe it was just time for it to happen, but it's been one after the other, and I
Well,
haven't seen this many in the
it
news, and there was a bunch
goes
more in the morning.
in a pattern. It's kind of like
I get it. So it's a little more than usual. So I wouldn't call this the norm. So, and like I said, they just listed it
well, it's the
as
norm
one of.
if you know born and raised here. I mean, just saying.
Yeah,
Actually,
no big deal to a Filipino, I guess. They're just used to. But even Filipinos have just about had it. There's been one after the
well, that's the
other.
newer generation.
Yeah,
They don't know. I'm pretty sure all the people my age and older were like, "Yeah, what are you talking about? This is normal."
well, nothing bothers you anyways. People know I talk about you being, it's just you don't let anything bother
Stoic.
you. You're
I'm
passive.
actually
You're not stoic. You're
no.
passive.
I'm not
You're
stoic. I'm
passive.
not
You're
stoic.
just. It's then you have a. There's something else going on with you. I could put my
Yeah,
finger on it. No, you
look what I
just
can do.
you're a mix between an asshole, passive, and you're trying to be putting on the air, in the air that you're stoic, but you're not stoic. It's just in you. You're insensitive, and it's
Thank
the
you. I
bottom
feel
line.
so much better now.
You probably do, and I get that from a lot of Filipinos too. I get that vibe that they're just insensitive. So their timing and the whole thing is just insensitive from 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, the things they
Huh?
do. I'm talking about I was going to go through some of the things that have been going on here lately. I mean, it's just, who knows?
You derailed me. I was actually talking more of
I was
something
going to talk
in the
about getting
subject,
gassed out
and then I got.
yesterday.
Well, I was thinking about that. That's what I mean. I got derailed. But
Right.
I was thinking more of the lines that the newer generation are not the same as the old generation, which is really sad.
Yeah. So, which is weird because I don't do the complaining that maybe my grandparents or my grandparents' generation would have been doing. There'd have been a million complaints in one day at this point. And, but it's just like now I'm technically getting used to it. But then there's things like getting gassed out in our own house, literally because the neighbor sits in their driveway with the car backed up to their front door, and they sit out there and wait for the AC to clear in their car, and then they take off after 10 minutes. All the fumes is coming into the house, and it's just like, can they not pull out and
Oh, that's a
wait up the
no, no, no.
street?
That's a different type of generation now.
Right.
I don't, I don't even know where these kids are coming from. I say kids because that's their behavior. And
Hey, Papa.
oh man. So anyway, just real quick, talking about the old generation. Another thing that I keep forgetting, and I've said this before during the live. Anybody Heidi's age and older in the Philippines should be able to speak Spanish. I said should. I didn't say they can, but they should. The reason why I say should, it's kind of like in the U.S. Spanish back then. That's Heidi's age and older. I'm not part of that. I'm younger than Heidi.
54 and older.
They should be able to speak Spanish because Spanish was actually part of the curriculum. Now, that doesn't mean that they know Spanish, but they would be able to understand like some form of Carabao or caveman Spanish, if that makes any sense. Because
Hey,
it is part of the
Gio.
curriculum, just so you guys know.
What's going on,
Yeah.
Gio? Hey, good to see you guys. Good to see
Hey,
you,
Gio, how you
Gio.
doing, man?
Thomas says the AC isn't working. I don't know what that meant.
No, well,
Well, was that because I said no? That was 15 minutes ago. So no,
no,
of course
it's
it
nice
is.
and cool. We just had it serviced the other day. In fact, we're gonna have it taken down as in service, have
January,
it cleaned
once a
out.
year.
Now, here's the thing. Okay, first off, it's kind. I don't. Again, you guys do what you want to do with your AC in the Philippines. I'm not saying in the U.S. because it's a different maintenance there. Um, the reason why I say that because here you're gonna be constantly using. In the U.S., you'll barely use your AC. What I'm getting at is here they started out with, oh, it's once every 6 months, and then they went to once every 4 months, and then they went to once every 3 months,
Three
and then
months.
once every
Each
two
brand new
months.
text every
Yeah,
yeah.
they're like, wait, what?
Yeah, so no, of course not. So technically, for those units, they said twice a year, even if they run all the time.
Yeah,
It's like twice a year, and they did every 6 months. We thought it was nonsense, and then then they yeah, now they're down to every 3 months, and I'm like, yeah, no, you ain't
right.
getting me
Now the
to
last
keep.
AC techs we had, they're actually really nice about it. They said, if you're gonna have it taken down in service, just have it. You can stretch it out to 5 months away. That's what he said. So that would.
Yeah.
So to me, that makes a lot of sense. But you guys do what you want to do with your AC. I mean, I'm
And
not
we
telling
already
you.
did that, so that's what I'm saying. Is they're claiming if you get the deep cleaning, you won't have to clean it as often, and we just
Now here's the thing. The reason why the deep clean is good, from experience, our experience, is because we had a cracked gasket from the AC.
you have a cracked gasket.
Oh, I know that. You know, brain juice always goes splurts out. Psst,
That's
psst.
not what splurts
Okay.
out.
Oh, that's a different story. Psst, psst, psst. Okay. So what I'm
Look at the
getting at
cat. I hope
is
chew on Daddy's phone over there. What are you doing? Oh, he ain't gonna have that. I hope he bites you in the
so
night.
anyway.
I hope he gives you some nasty cat disease.
I
and then
feel
we don't
so
have
much
any
better now.
more money in the bank to take care of it.
Right. So what I'm saying is the last time we had a problem is because somehow a gasket burst and whoever's been cleaning the unit didn't see it, which is fine. I mean, they're concentrating on cleaning it, not fixing it.
They actually go over the whole unit. It's a full
Right,
service.
but if they took it down, they would have spotted it because to take it down, they would have found they have to unhook that gasket. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
So it's good to have your AC taken down. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, Chosen One said, BS, Heidi, go see your family. Pure nonsense. Well, first off, medically, I don't know if I can handle a trip like that because of the lupus and my medical issues. Secondly, they can come and see me because they've been offered, they can get their little passports and come on over. They're the younger ones. And
And they're
I
not
have no
retired.
desire to
They're
take,
not retired.
and I'm not taking Brown Boy back to the U.S. right now.
What I'm saying is, you have to remember that these
But then
people
again,
are working people, and if you're on a fixed income, aka,
you know what? I can get you a one-way ticket and save money, and then they can deport you, and you can come back.
I'll be Ecuadorian. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Get a free trip to Mexico and get another vacation.
Libre
Again,
entrar en culo. Anyway,
culo.
right, exactly. It's the only way I can live over there. But anyway,
Good morning.
yeah,
There you go. That's another song. I'm gonna put the Brown Boy Life. The Brown Boy Life. The
right,
brown boy life. Get a free vacation. Go to another destination.
right.
You could tell them you're from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Tell them you're from. Go,
Me and my boyfriend Jose.
tell them when you're in America that you're Mexican. They send you to Mexico. When you get to Mexico, act a fool and then tell them you're from the UAE, and then they can send you to the UAE,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can just go from there. And then
Yep.
tell them when they're trying to figure you out, you just
I'll be Jose's bitch.
you be anybody's bitch.
Jose, mira. Te gusta mucho cachar.
George
Jesus
is
Christ.
everybody's slut.
Right, exactly.
You are not going to last a day. Trust me. I can see it coming now because you had an attitude from
I'll be
Jump
walking
Street.
like a cowboy.
Yeah, okay. Chosen One sees his family every 6 months. Well, I don't want to see my family. And that's another thing. Some of y'all don't want to see your family anyways. So Chosen One, don't pretend everybody's family's all like that either. So I am not the Partridge family, Brady Bunch family, or nothing else. Like, we had certain things going on, but basically in the last 20 years, it just got down to the holidays when people were getting together, and they kind of hang out more because us sisters are older, but I'm not. Until that country straightens out, I'm definitely not going back. I'm going to have to hurt a bitch. Hey, hi. Morning, Luca. How are you?
Oh shit. Just real quick. Now this is somewhat off the line, but
Gadang umaga slip.
the second one says all I need is cerveza en el baño. All the Spanish you need, beer and bathroom. Now, when you go to Mexico, make sure you have change. You have at least 5 pesos in your pocket. It's probably 10 pesos now. The reason being, it's not free to use the bathrooms.
The barrio.
Yes, and remember, there are no toilet paper in the bathrooms. Remember that. And this is not just Mexico. A lot of other countries don't have toilet paper. In a lot of other countries, they charge to use the bathroom. So you guys know.
Right? Yeah, Chosen was saying, I'd go back home. I don't even have children. I can't respect that. I have adult children. They have every right to come see me here. And again, I'm not going to go back every couple months. No.
Well, actually, Heidi doesn't have a problem with her children. It's the direct family, aka the sisters and all that. That's where she gets flack from.
Well, here's the thing. I don't give a fuck. And my children are fucking adult kids. And I agree with a lot of the other people. I don't fucking owe it to my kids to go back every year or two. If anything, it would be to our parents more than the kids.
No, I get that, but what I'm saying
we
is,
never said we had it like that. We're not flying back every 6 months and going to spend. You realize what it would cost if we didn't stay with family, just going to
I
hotels.
know that,
And I
but
don't
the
even think I want to
kids,
stay with
the
the
kids are
family in
more
their house.
understanding and they're more on your side. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah. Well, it's just where it is. Good morning, Pee Wee Barnes. Yeah, Mark. Chose one. These expats abandon their families. I don't know about abandon the families because I'm going to tell you fucking right now. They abandon us when we're back in the U.S. Because when I fucking left, no family come to see me. I went to go see them all the time. Don't say it's because they had jobs and because everything. George did, but we still went and seen family and took the time off. So it's kind of not where it is. They only give a fuck when you fucking leave. To fucking bitch and open their fucking mouth.
Okay,
Bottom
well,
line, some of y'all's bullshit, like Mark and what Chosen One's saying, because I've heard that over and over again. You guys like, oh, you left your children, Heidi. Had assholes leaving comments in our shit at Mother's Day, and I'm like, they're fucking adults, and they're late fucking 30s.
yeah,
Thank you for the fucking Mother's
yeah,
Day card.
grow up.
Fuck you.
Grow up,
The
guys.
fuck
If
up.
once they're 18, you can leave them because that's the point.
Same fucking guys probably didn't fucking
So
pay
let
no
let them
support
loose.
or
Let them
fucking
live
do
on
one
their own.
motherfucking thing,
Live
but
their
think
own
they had to
lives
fucking make a
because they'll be
fucking paycheck.
happier living their own lives. Okay, now just real quick,
Probably didn't do a
what
damn thing.
what Heidi's
You
talking
ain't
about,
anything,
and
you didn't even change a fucking diaper.
okay, to add on to that. Now, these expats abandon their families. Now, keep in mind is, and that's where you get most of your flack, is that your family will feel that you abandoned your family. Like Heidi says, that she got some people will say, oh, you abandoned your children. Well, how can I
Yeah,
you
of course
abandon them?
not.
They're adults. Now, what I'm
6?
getting at though, here's the thing. Let's say the Heidi's children, okay? Did I just say that her children are accepting of her and her situation? Because
Oh, well,
they're on the
all
phone
of 'em are
almost every
now.
day or practically every day. What I'm getting at is, here's the thing. What if I was 20 years old? Now that's when you get flack from the kids. What I'm saying is, the kids, your kids, if you have a new partner and your new partner, again, I'm not hating on
Good
you. I'm just
morning.
telling you the psychology of it. If your kids age is older than your new partner, then you'll get flack. What I'm saying is, if you're like 60 and then your partner's 20 and your kids are 30, oh, you're not gonna hear the end of it from your kids. That's what I was getting at.
It's another funeral for you guys.
Correct.
Wake and
So,
bake, baby.
right. And I'm just letting you know to what to expect. Now, again, there's nothing wrong as long as
And
your
one we shouldn't have to tell
partner's
you guys.
legal. But what I'm saying is, you
You
will
already
get a
know.
lot of flack if it doesn't translate to the Western standard or your kid's standard. Because remember, your kid's standard are a different category on their own.
Right. Raymond says all my family is past. I miss my friends, but not America the way things aren't right now. I agree 100%. There's multiple reasons, and not even my own medical problems will take me back. I'll sit here and rot, like literally rot, before I actually would go and consider going back there for any reason. So it doesn't mean I don't love my kids. Doesn't mean this. It just means I'm not going. Not going. Can't take this brown boy nowhere.
Wait, what? Yeah, Simon
Brown
says
Boy Express.
they'll deport me to Venezuela. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, not Ecuador, Venezuela. Yes, thank you so much.
Just take a trip around the world.
Well, here's the thing. That doesn't make sense either. But I'm not gonna go deep on that. But whatever.
Let's see. Hey guys, I enjoy the channel. Thanks for being straight up and not constantly trying to convince Westerners to move to Philippines. I don't understand. I'll address that in about a half a second. We don't care whether you do or don't. If people contact us, we've done videos with people, unpaid consultations, and we'll just sit there and talk with people. We have regulars on Messenger. A bunch of them live here, and we deal with people here in the Philippines. Everybody's got something to offer and everything, but I don't know. At this point, with the shit going on in the US, I more lean that people probably should that they just make sure they have the income. But I'm not going to sit here and do one video after the other about dating and here's my lady and you got to come here and go through all the legal advice and hand out full legal advice about getting here. So really, we just, you know, we do lives and videos these days for the last 2 years minimally. We just
So can I plug in my channel on how to get a hooker for $1?
You lazy son of a bitch. You wouldn't do such a thing. You just totally got lazy. You either laying in bed sleeping all day or off with the family or gaming. You do what the hell you want. And that is the truth. You trying to stir me up?
Brown boy power.
No, I'm about to bust you in the head with something. Hit you with the cat fly swatter. Here, I hope it's got some cooties on it and maybe some fly guts in your hair.
Fly swatter, huh?
You got some fly guts all over you, see? How's that?
Oh yeah, somewhat unrelated.
Stick your tongue out. Let me see the color of your tongue. Is it brown?
Oh, okay. Oh, that's gross. Somewhat unrelated.
Damn, I missed it.
What's the Happy Meal toys over there right now? Right now here they're the K-pop toys. It's kind of weird.
Why don't you come up with some brown boy advice?
How brown you want?
Pretty brown. I've been trying to get you to be more Filipino. Maybe that's what we ought to name the other channel, More Filipino. Try harder.
I'm not gonna be super specific, but if you want some shabu, just go down to Crossing in Angeles City, and that's where it's at.
Leave it to my beaver. Right.
Right? Yes. A beaver. Yeah, there's a beaver there.
Hey, look, it's George. It's some of your family there, George. Brown boy power. Oh my goodness. Did I already say hi to Bad Boy? Hey, what?
Hey,
is
Bad Boy, how's it
going
going, man?
on? Chosen said my family's the worst, but it is all I got. Home is home. Yep.
Well, okay,
That
yeah,
on the
that's
back
true.
end.
You still have to deal with your family no matter what. Yes, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Family's family.
I'd rather keep the couple thousand US that I would spend for the round trip and buying things, spending things. This one?
Okay, now this is something that's been a reoccurring statement, and I'm gonna address it only because in a logical manner. Okay, Mark says Raymond. Oh, now he's talking about somebody else.
Yeah,
but
Mark.
again, this gets thrown out to a lot. Throws out to Heidi most of the time.
It's mostly Mark in here saying
Right.
that statement.
So Raymond, you should renounce your sister since you feel strongly about that way things are now. It should be. Now here's the thing. Let's break it down in a rational manner. Okay.
The point is,
Let's say again, this has nothing to do with me because honestly, I could care less what you guys think. Let's say Biden is president. Should you, Mark, renounce your citizenship because you don't like Biden?
And you start talking about him?
Correct. No, come
Or
on.
how you don't like
And
the way
that's
he
what I'm getting
was and
at
all
is
that. It doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter who is in charge. You do have the right to speak up and complain. Same thing here in the Philippines. Now, for example, right now it's Bongbong Marcos. Okay, for right now everything's fine. I mean, the only issue that's going on right now with Bongbong
The
Marcos
whole point
is
Mark, is if the shoe was on the other
correct,
foot with
and that's
all
what I
the
was getting
issues,
at.
and he was you all on the other side, which side, right side, left side, upside, would all be bitching.
Correct.
And you would still be here talking about, oh, look what's
So,
going on over
right,
there. And it's not even political on what's going
you
on.
do
There's a
have
lot
the
of
right to
shit
voice
going
out your
on.
opinion, and that doesn't, make anybody like, I don't like the
Mark.
way things are being run in the Philippines. Let me renounce my Philippine citizenship. No, that's just kind of dumb. Because you know what? Everybody would not have a country if that's the case. Because everybody in the entire world do complain about their country and their governments at one point in time, including you, Mark. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of American presidents that you did not like, Are you still an American citizen? I guarantee you, yes. And that's what I'm getting at. There,
I'm not
logically.
even sure where Mark's from.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Logically, that doesn't make sense.
More likely he's a British person.
Well, it doesn't matter. Point is if he's British, guess what? I'm pretty sure there's a British prime minister that he did not like, or a British
I'm
king
talking about the
or
British
queen
talking
that
against
did not like. Point being,
giving
babe,
up the U.S. citizenship.
that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter where he's from. I'm pretty sure he did not agree at one point in time with the government.
I'm
that
not
he's
talking
in.
about the government. I'm talking about how the Brits that are here bitch a lot about the Americans, and he's saying give up U.S. citizenship. I'm
I
saying
understand that, but I'm pretty sure, babe. Babe, you're the one who's getting off the topic. The topic is why would you renounce your U.S. citizenship? The only time you would renounce your citizenship if your country actually actively is going to incarcerate you for no good reason at all, and that's where you go into asylum mode. I mean,
come on. And what?
babe. I'm talking logically here. It has nothing to do with you. Why are you taking it personally?
Why are you getting?
I'm not. You're
Yeah,
the
you
one.
are. No, I'm not.
Okay, whatever.
It's second one says I moved here because my partner forced me to, but my mama is the boss of me. You gotcha pinned down. Hey, good morning, Curtis. What's going on from Zamboanga del Norte? How's it going there as far as being safe? Yeah, I know he just got back there. Just had the 8th anniversary of meeting my wife, finally back home from Manila. So, yeah, I know there was a delay for him there. Yeah. The chosen one's like, WTF, what is going on? All the expats in the Philippines, your family doesn't love you no more. Misfits. You're right on that. Chosen one. Curtis said grew up on the West Coast. USA earthquakes are nothing new. What was funny was that it was the the worst earthquake that my wife had ever felt. Yeah, a lot of them. And some of these people in their 50s, 60s. These were high earthquakes and they just put it up on the list. I get that it's happening. That's not even my point. My point is there's been so many of them in a short period and stronger ones, and that's been around forever. Now, I get that it's nothing new. Jorge is tripolar. He will try anything. Heidi and George, are you going to the Halloween parties? We will probably go to Hercules Club.
Hercules.
No. Yeah. No, we haven't for years. I mean, if George wants to, you can go on, babe. Hercules. Right. He said Spanish died out in the Philippines in the 30s. No.
Well, that's
I mean, I was born in the 70s.
no. This is a true statement. But what I'm saying is again, Filipinos that are Heidi's age and older are educated in Spanish. I'm not saying they all do, but like I said, they could at least speak, you know, Carabao or caveman Spanish at least. I'm not
Hey,
saying they can speak,
Roger.
So now Chabacano is a Philippine version of Spanish, but it's not Spanish. However, if you speak Spanish, you can understand 90% of the time because 90% of the words in Chabacano are in the Spanish language.
Sarah says they're the new neighbors. You can put a stop by pointing it out now. I'm telling you right now, I'll tell them, and it probably won't even happen the first time. They're not going to change it. They'll take it with a grain of salt. You can't point anything out. We either extremely offend them and they'll get butt hurt, or they'll be super sensitive over it. But asking them to not sit like in an area like, I get that this is where some people park their car, but I think it was meant more of a carport to store things, not put cars in it. But to sit with your tailpipe against the door, literally not even 2 feet away from the front door and just let it run, even with the house sealed up. It just seems to, I don't know.
Well,
And
now to clarify,
they do it several times a day.
I believe this is a new generation thing.
Well,
The reason being why they let the car sit is because they're trying to cool the car down with the AC on.
yeah, before they leave, yeah.
Correct. So what I'm saying is they're not going to change.
Yeah. Learning Spanish is my last task. Yeah, at 50.
No, you don't have to learn Spanish because trust me, a lot of Filipinos don't speak Spanish. So
I did my AC every 6 months. They suggest 5 months. I agreed. Yeah. Yeah, and probably that's where we should be, but I don't know. I think you leave your house open. We leave ours on. So they were trying to say it got dirtier sooner, but I still thought the every 3 months. That's what they told us the last time. I'm like, no, I think we're doing it just because it's on every time. I agreed to the
you have
every
to
4
realize
months,
too that a
not
lot
every
of people
6.
don't bother cleaning
Doing
out
it
the
at all.
filters. There's filters up there that you can take down yourself that you can clean. A lot of people don't even bother doing
No,
that.
I'm pretty religious. We do that
No,
every month. The other
we
ones are
clean the filters
the
regularly.
HEPA filters in the house get clean like with a brush.
Well, that's another thing. We have
2 times.
filters all around the house. Literally, there's 3.
3
Yeah, see,
that
there's
are
3
cleaning the house
filters that
too.
clean the house regularly. Yes. Now, keep in mind that I know a lot of people in the U.S. use these filters too, so it's not just us.
Second Wednesday. Oh yeah, there you are going to Venezuela. My boss is going to be here November 5th. I guess I have to straight. Yeah, you better tighten it up. Tighten it up. Just the Bill was like, Marsha, Marsha, Marsha.
Okay, yeah, I don't get the reference.
That's the Brady Bunch. Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. It's,
No, I know. I never watched the Brady Bunch. So I don't get the Marshall reference. Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm.
What's going on? Shout out to Black Grandpa is in the house.
Hey, Black Grandpa.
George,
How's it going?
got George here today again. Didn't have him here Saturday. Got Geo here's with us, but I call him Jelly Bean. Call him Black Jelly Bean. But he's just chilling. What is going on? Hey, yeah, because he's sitting here at the armrest. Hey, I'm worse than Heidi. Hell, I already took my 2 girls out of my will. Hey,
Damn.
well, here's the thing. Who said that they were good people to begin with? Huh?
That's not up. They can't see it.
Oh, well, sorry.
Damn, you took them out.
Yeah, I mean, who says that? That's just it. It doesn't matter what we damn say. There's always going to be somebody saying something. I already got a bitch in there talking about what I know who's the troll, but they said, "Oh, now Heidi's had 17 surgeries." So, like anything we say, they just love us. They love anything we say. They're gonna go against everything we say.
Now, here's
we're
the
lying
thing.
about
Now,
something.
The
You
weird
don't
thing
know. I didn't
is,
say 17
nothing that comes out of
surgeries.
our mouth is off the wall. So it's like, dude,
I didn't say my fucking surgeries came all 17 in one area because they said, oh, well, that would explain why you didn't work. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? It's like, first off, we
Yeah.
know who this vlogger is. We've had the same troll vlogger that has been sending emails, leaving comments, and the same stupid ones over and over again. They create accounts to come in because they love us so much, right? And they start talking about the 17 surgery. I said, I didn't say that. I mean, I've had surgery since I was like 3 years old. Started with hernias, double hernia on my, both sides of my groin area. And it's like I've been having surgeries since a young girl. I didn't say all 17 came when I was working in my later years, but they're idiots. What an idiot. You had to think about that.
No. I think about because honestly, I only had 2 surgeries, but point being is I'm not.
Oh, this included dental
I'm not-
surgeries and
I'm not. Well, okay, if you include dental, then forget it.
dental
I'll lose count.
surgeries. I had to have part of my jaw cut out on both
Right,
sides
and that's what I'm
because
saying.
the way my
is
mouth fits together.
What I'm saying, babe, I'm not
3 where
questioning
I've been
you.
put to
What I'm saying
sleep.
is I've had 2 that I know of, but it's 2 more than most people. Yet a lot of you haven't had any particular surgery. Period. So what I'm saying is, don't be quick to judge. Again, me and Heidi, we never talk about anything off the wall. It's kind of weird.
Here's speaking of trollish. What does your new partner's age have anything to do with it? Whether they're 27 or 47, what would your family care about that, anyways? See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm glad you put these comments in.
Actually, it
Well,
has
this
a
is meant to
lot to
trigger
do
us,
with it.
right? He's
But
trying
anyway,
to
just
trigger
move on,
you. You
move
got
on,
my
because
point.
obviously somebody doesn't. See, here's the thing.
I was
Whenever,
just saying,
whenever
if
I
you say
talk,
one thing,
I'd
they want
hate
to
to
come in
say
and say
this. If you can't follow,
only you, Mark.
then
Only
leave,
you,
because
Mark.
obviously you can't follow. The reason being
He
is
knows.
any
He's just
particular, whether you're in the U.S. or not, if you have a new partner that is younger than your children right now, if you're in the US, your children will probably hate you because subconsciously they will hate you because you're replacing their mom with somebody younger than they are. Fact has nothing to do. And guess what? They're not even thinking about this. It's just automatic.
I think Mark is that other person we blocked a
Well,
while
either
back.
way, the point being
Because he's
is the
using.
fact that you brought that up. It's kind of dumb, but
Well,
anyway.
here's the thing. He's using the same photo as Mark
and
Maximus. Is that you, Maximus?
it's and I'm talking logically. I mean, I'm not even talking about personal experiences or personal
I'm glad he does.
opinions.
It gives us a chance
You
to
know,
tell you to fuck you. That's basically what you're giving us a chance to. But that
hey
looks
George,
like
thank God we haven't given you Bitcoin to dump. Did it
because that's
really?
Maximus's picture. So you doesn't matter if you manage to get a second account and get in here or not. Nothing you say is really applying. You're just going the opposite of everything.
Right.
Yes, we do what we want to know how to get a girl from the streets. Yeah, for a
Right.
buck. So, besides you having family issue, what's wrong with America? I still have at least 4 countries per year. Even the flow USA is number one for me. I'm not going to sit here and specifically go into it. The world knows what's wrong with America. The world knows what's wrong with America. I know what's wrong with it. And if I don't want to go back there, I'm not going back there. So,
Okay. Now, nothing to do with the current government. It's more of how the government's being run. The issue with your statement, again, I'm not picking on you, be free.
nobody is safe
I'm
in
just
America.
stating
That's the
because
whole
obviously,
point.
be free.
Nobody.
You don't have a foreign partner. And what I'm getting at is if you do have a foreign partner, your foreign partner may not be safe. And that's what I was getting at. Regardless of, you know, again, it has nothing to do with me, has nothing to do with Heidi, nothing to do with you. Point being
Well, it's
is
just not that. There's a ton of things. Forget about the government. Forget about a foreign whatever. It's everything. It's the
well,
cost of things. It's the tariff prices and everything going up, and the cost of everything. It's the rents that have doubled in the last 2 years. It's everything. I'm not going there to get a 2 bedroom apartment that costs 1,000, 1,200 when we left, and it's at 2,200 in Florida. I'm
okay.
not doing it.
Now,
It's the cost. It's the crime. It's the
right.
government.
Okay. The ones.
It's the inconsistency. It's the lies.
Okay. Okay.
None of it.
Again,
There's your
nothing to
reasons.
do with that. Again, now the problem you guys will face. Keep in mind, you guys are established right now where you're at. Keyword established. What I'm saying is, if you were to start fresh, aka move out from where you're at right now because you're established, move to a different state and start over. Well, I'm not even asking you to go move to the Philippines. Just move to a different state, start over. Guess what? You probably won't make it because you have, since you're not established anymore, you're uprooting and starting over again. The costs will probably not be worth it. And it's the same thing here. I'm saying the ones that are in the Philippines right now, if they decide to uproot themselves and go to the US, they probably won't make it because the costs are too high. And that's what I'm just getting at. Nothing to do with the current government. What I'm saying is it's the inflation and everything else. You may not be able to survive if you leave the US and come back. Going to get Elon send me Pluto.
Right.
Honestly, Elon can't afford to even send you to Mars. That's a pipe dream. Fact. But whatever. Elon is Elon. Remember that Jeff Bezos does more outlandish promises than Elon Musk, if that makes any sense. So, whatever.
Yeah. Insane asylum.
Hey, Sperling Edwards, how you doing, man?
This is just ignorant. I will never give up my citizenship. Yeah, because a couple of them are talking about Democrats and all this other stuff going back and forth.
Well, that's the thing.
A
Again,
few of them are in there.
you don't have to get rid of your citizenship
I
because you
will
don't
never
like the
give up.
government.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what country you're in.
Well, what one of them just said something about along the lines of when Biden was in for 8 years, he would never consider that or moving out for that reason, and that's not our reason. It's just not political. The things going on. It's been the cost, the crime, the jobs, and honestly, that wasn't even our reason. So a few of you already in there said something about couldn't hack it as a living there, so is why
I
people
actually
run. And
disagree,
that's
but
not all
whatever.
expats. No, they're at a retirement age and it's cheaper. Some are coming here to date. There's many reasons why people are coming here. It because they couldn't cut it. That's a personal opinion. So, but yeah, you can love your country, but not like the way correct. Never said I didn't love my country and just I love George, but I talk shit about him all the time.
Well, it's like Filipinos. I mean,
My
I'm pretty sure they talk shit about the Philippines all the time,
No, as a matter of fact, I know they do. I've
but they
seen the
would
podcasts,
never,
I've seen
they
the
would
live
never
streams, I've
really,
seen the
get rid of their
Filipinos.
citizenship.
That's what I was talking about. Double standards. I don't give a shit if they live here and they're citizens or not. They talk shit about the country. They show the poverty. They do everything. The moment we do the same, or me, then it's oh she fucking hates the country, and it's like, did you not just see that video and how they were talking?
Well, it's like
So it's
okay,
double standards
like
on
Duterte.
everything, especially for
Duterte
our
is an
channel.
extremist president. Okay, that's why he's being held up by Geneva.
Good morning, Sterling.
But what I'm saying is that he broke a lot of human rights, and guess what? A lot of the Filipinos love him, but a lot of Filipinos hate him, and they would never ever get rid of their citizenship. That's the point.
Yeah, I'm not even. 1 second. You never watched the Brady Bunch.
Damn brown boy. No, actually, I never. I know of the Brady Bunch, but I never watched it. Somehow, I never found humor in it. But you have to remember
Marsha.
when
It's
it came
because it
out.
was the other sister talking about her sister, and it was like
Okay,
Marsha always
well,
got her way. Marsha.
okay, that's
She's the one that's
here's the thing. When did it come out? You guys have to
67, 68. Yeah, before you were born.
correct.
You were born. Yeah,
Correct.
you're born in the mid 70s. So
Right. So
yeah, but it was on in Syndicate, and it's kind of. But I get it too.
now, did I watch the monsters? Yes, of course I watched the monsters. Did I watch the Ghostbusters? Remember the original Ghostbusters? The ape with the freaking hat, the spinning hat. See, some of you have watched Ghostbusters, right? The ape with the spinning hat, and they drove this car.
Yeah.
But anyway,
No, I get it.
man, it was the first earthquake my wife ever felt. Not the worst. No, I mean, yeah,
Yeah, Roger said during the Spanish time, the friars ran local government. They come to the PI. Young men learn the local dialects. Only children of the local elites had a chance. Yeah. Yeah, but that was way, way, way
no,
back
yeah,
then.
that was way back then. That was the Sid Rizal era.
Yeah. No,
8
but
surgeries. Okay, yeah.
we've had like for the last 4 years, there is a major vlogger that goes through and says the same thing because he's sent emails and messages in his own stuff, repeated the same words, didn't even realize he did it, and then he puts them in the messages. Point is now he has something to add that would explain why during the years that I lied about my careers, which why would I lie or I mean, there's nothing to make up. If I was going to, I would elaborate a lot more. Believe me, if I was going to sit there and lie and make a story up, I just would have made a whole bunch more shit up. I mean, why would I stop there? I mean, come on. So why
Yeah.
don't you talk about that and leave more comments? Because all you do is create more accounts. Because I know you're watching now, because you ain't got nothing better to do. Okay, but the fact that who said all 17? You're making shit up now because you're crazy.
Well, like Grandpa says, my son is 29. I couldn't date or get into a relationship with anyone my kids age to me. That's creepy. I need to at least a 10-year gap between my eldest child. No, this is a normal human reaction. A normal human reaction is if you get a partner that is younger than your children will hate you. Nothing to do with nationality, nothing to do with your opinion. This is fact. Your children will hate you because they're like, "What the
Your
f,
family's
dad?"
just gonna find a way to hate
They'll
you
think you're
anyways. True.
they'll think you're a big pedophile because again, if you're dating somebody younger than your children, you're basically effing some children. Get it? It has nothing to do with the current age at that point. It's a mentality. You're fighting mentality. Facts. If you don't believe me, go to a psychologist. It's like, yeah, no, that makes sense. That's how it is.
Which is true. If you uproot yourself and move to the US, most of you will have to move in with friends or family. Fact. Yeah, because most of the guys living here do not have the money that the top 1 and 3%ers or whatever they call themselves, the elite here, that build house and have savings and tons of savings, then most will have to go move back in. Yeah, because I figure first, last, and deposit, along with having utilities turned on, rebuying furniture because places are not usually furnished. Yeah, you're looking at what, 10,
Right.
15,000 to get into a decent place with furniture and setup.
Yeah, for example, Bad Boy's
Yeah.
in the house right now.
Yeah, so I
Daryl,
agree.
this British expat, he moved back to Britain. And guess what? I don't know how many weeks he lived homeless because he had to start all over from scratch.
Yeah, he was out on the street.
He
Then
was out on the
he
streets. He
had to
vlogged about it.
reestablish. He had to
Yeah,
reestablish his British citizenship and the township or whatever he was in, and
correct.
sit in front of the council. And yeah, he went through. And then he's been in and out of places, family
Right.
members, his own
So no, it's
place.
rough. It's rough.
My son is. Did you already read that? My
Yeah,
son is
yeah.
29. Yeah.
Yeah, and even he said I need at least a 10-year age gap above my eldest child.
And,
So if your children is 30 years old, he has to date somebody 40 years old to be accepted. Again, nothing
and
to
I'm
do with
not.
my opinion. Point is,
Honestly,
that's how it works.
like I said, a lot of people just saying it to say it, but I will say it that I can't think of a family that wouldn't have a problem with it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It
Let's
wouldn't be
say
normal.
you
It
think
means
your children will be talking to you if I'm the same age as your children?
I don't
No.
know about not talking to me, but they would at least think something on the backside.
Oh no,
Probably every other
they would
house
think
on the
something messed
street.
up. Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they would allow their daughter to do it or not. They're still going to pass judgment and give them a hard time when they find out. Or matter of fact, some of them don't even approve at all here when it happens. It's still, even in the Philippines, is not a norm to have a 20-year age gap, 30-year. I said norm.
No, I know.
And a foreigner. Not Filipino and
well,
Filipino.
see,
I'm talking about foreigner.
that's where I'm getting at. Is first off, if it's kind of unfortunately not the norm, but it's kind of understandable. I guess. I guess it's hard to explain. You know what I mean? It's not normal. Don't get me wrong, but people are more accepting here in the Philippines, rather.
For that issue, because I'm finding Filipinos to be the most judgmental, insensitive people.
Oh, they can judge you, but
they can be nice, but
they
what
can
I'm
accept
saying
it, but that doesn't
is
mean
the chismis and the
they
talking
can
and the
accept
gossip's
it, but
worse here
doesn't mean they're not
than
going to judge
Spanish.
you. They'll still judge you. I never said they won't judge you.
Okay, accepting.
They're still more accepting.
People are people. Mine wasn't political either. I always wanted to live on an island as long as I can
Aw,
remember.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I was saying that it
Right.
has nothing.
Yeah, just
People
sit on the
just-
beach, lay by a coconut tree, and read your books. Don't do that. Don't lay by a coconut tree. It's very dangerous. Trust me. I used to like sit under a coconut tree and read a book.
For
In
the
California,
first
don't do that. It's
time in
dangerous.
American history, African Americans are not public enemy number one, right? It's every other visible minority, yes. But
Mm,
it's just a matter of time, though. They
black,
are starting to
yeah,
target
black grandpa. I
blacks.
was gonna say this is
They are starting to target.
it's yeah. What it is, it's the minority right now, but they'll eventually veer towards that. Yes, it is a natural thing. Unfortunately, going with that mentality. Again, nothing to do with me, not my opinion.
Which is not true. Be free. Not trying to start a fight, but you guys watch too much 24-hour news,
No,
which is
no,
what.
no. First off,
See, you
I
trying to
don't
say
watch
what
that
we
crap.
watch, like
I don't
Fox,
watch that crap. I watch. Okay, a lot of things that are happening right
which is
now.
not true.
I actually predicted at the start of this government. Fact. Heidi will tell you I already said these things before anybody else did.
Everything is predictable. What's been going
And
on
it
around the
has
world
nothing
has
to do with what I watch.
watching
In fact, Heidi asked me,
news,
"Did you watch this?" I don't. I don't watch shit because now it's all shit. And what I'm saying is
especially when it comes directly from
right.
the
And
White
I'm not talking
House.
about that's what I was
Comes
getting at.
directly from the
Has
White
nothing to do
House.
with any particular source. Point is everything on YouTube now, a lot of it is fake. A lot of it is AI, so I don't even bother. No, fact, I don't. I really
Right.
don't.
Hey, what's going
Yeah.
on,
So,
Harry? What is going on?
hey Harry, how you doing? Hey Harry.
I still watch the Brady Bunch before work. Yeah, you have to love Alice. Oh yeah, Alice. Yeah,
Alice is
housekeeper.
yeah,
Yeah,
housekeeper. That I see. That's what I mean. I know now. Now that she said Marsha, yes, I remember now. But yeah,
yeah, most definitely. My wife taught me about
Juan
one.
Tamad. Oh my God, Juan Tamad's so lazy. He sleeps under a fruit tree, waiting for a fruit to fall. Correct. Okay, Juan Tamad. Now, Juan Tamad is the iconic. There is no American equivalent of Juan Tamad.
I don't know.
Okay, Juan Tamad is Juan lazy. Lazy Tamad is lazy. Juan is obviously Juan. That's his name. And now, Juan Tamad at one point in time, he wanted to, you know, he's like his mom asked him to buy some fruits from the market or vegetables, whatever. It depends on the story. And he says, "Okay." So he grabbed the money and he tied the money to a crab and told the crab, "Hey, crab, go buy me a basket of vegetables." The end. No, that's one tamad. That's how dumb it is.
I don't get this statement or what the purpose of it is, Mark, but I'll bring it up just the fuck to tell you the fuck. Make sure you let all these American YouTubers. That's why I think he's British or something because he's always got something.
He
He
does. He
doesn't.
does always address American.
Right. So one of two
Yeah.
things. This is I have a feeling we know who you are, but it doesn't matter. I enjoy that you're commenting. Doesn't matter. Make sure you let all these American YouTubers who have wives with a 34-year you then them they have inappropriate age gap relations.
Nobody said any.
I think. Well, I don't
Nobody said
understand what the
inappropriate.
question is.
Nobody mentioned inappropriate other
I
than
think
you.
some are in this live, but
Well, that's the thing. Nobody said inappropriate other than you. All I said is if you have a relationship with somebody younger than your children, they will have an
the
issue with it.
families could.
They will have an
Actually,
issue
I
with
think
it.
it's wrong when they start having kids and they have nothing in common. Usually, the Filipina's cheating on him. He's off doing stuff. My whole point is they don't work out so well, and
Yeah.
so
Well,
it's.
nobody ever said inappropriate other than you. So anyway,
I mean,
whatever.
I have some opinions about how they might look a little ridiculous, but hell, we look ridiculous.
Well,
The height, the size
I'm not
difference.
judging that,
It's
but that's what I'm saying is
George won't. I will.
nope. Well, no,
There's
it's
a
not
difference.
that. Nobody mentioned inappropriate. And again,
Well,
the
I don't
issue that
understand what he's saying. I think
okay,
he's saying we should be attacking, which
right? No,
we
I
don't
know
do
that.
live streams. See, people have been trying to get us to go after Paul and other people and just put them up and talk about their stuff. And it's like, that's technically, besides being in a live stream and talking about it, we don't create a whole subject and video
Right
based on that
now,
just for that, unless there's something
in
that went like
And
you
again,
know,
like Heidi's
dealing with a
saying, the
lesson
issue
of some sort. But
is age gap. There's nothing wrong with age gap.
that's exactly why Mark got covered.
And
But we didn't talk about.
what Heidi's saying is if you're 60 and your partner's 20 and you have children, that's an issue because you won't be there when the kids
Correct. When
need
we've
you.
talked about him,
You
there was
won't
an
exist
issue
anymore
going
because you're
on.
dead. And that's not right. And that's what Heidi's saying. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with the relationship itself as long as it's legal. However, if you decide to have children, you're going to leave a child without a dad.
Black America's demographics do not have a future due to mass immigration. Why don't they have a demographic because of immigration? I don't think anybody has a demographic right now in the United States unless you're the good old homeboy network.
No, I mean,
Unless you're wearing certain outfits. Truth. So truth hurts and butt hurt and gets you all twisted up. I think Filipinos are less confrontational. They may judge, but not to you. They generally
no,
yes,
this is
that's
fact. This is
passiveness.
fact.
Yeah, but the fact
This is
is
fact. And that's
also
what I said.
understand the passiveness. It's called passiveness. It's not always because they're super nice. It's part of your demeanor, and it's the way that it actually goes.
No, like I said, they will judge you. They will accept you, but they will still judge you.
Yeah. So it's just a form of passiveness. They're quiet, they're passive. You just have to keep an eye on them. It's just kind of where it is. So, yeah, it doesn't mean that they're not going to judge or otherwise. So,
But you have to remember that this goes both ways. This may be an advantage and disadvantage depending on situation. So
there's nothing wrong with the age gap unless the girl is younger than your children. Got it. Got it.
well,
No. Yeah, it's sarcasm, I guess. Coral Gables, man, the memories of South Florida, huh?
Coral Gables. I haven't been there in a while.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's see what else we can do to get these 2, 3, 4 of them wound up or get the troll talking again.
So here's the thing. Like I've been trying to be healthy. Now here's an example. I've been drinking juice. Now analyze.
Analyze, you just want me to say something. You look ridiculous again, sitting there sipping. You trying to break my point of view of being passive and looking like a kid because
No,
you're
no, no, no,
sipping
no.
on a sippy juice.
What
I mean, only in the Philippines they got these sippy juice packs like
what I'm
this,
saying is
like a big kid.
one of the issues you come across is when you come here. First off, for example, oh my gosh, there's this thing called tocino. No, I'm not talking about Spanish tocino. Tocino again is basically just beef in Spanish, and it's not the same. Mexican tocino is not the same as Filipino tocino. Filipino tocino is sweet meat, and it's oh my god, it's so good. My point being is, watch your diet here because Filipino loves their sweets. You think you're doing something healthy. For example, I'm drinking this juice, but in reality, it's mostly sugar. And that's what I was getting at. See, it even says 100% vitamin on the pack.
That's 100% like, um, yeah.
Yeah, and tocino, oh my god, I love tocino. Heidi loves tocino, but we stopped eating it because it has a lot of sugar. And again, we're talking about meat here. They dip meat in freaking sugar, and don't judge. It's so good. What?
You're so off topic. We're not even close. You went into sugar.
Yeah, because I'm drinking this. It just reminded me of it. I did have something in topic, but somehow I got derailed because, you know.
Test.
Second one says he said sweet meat. Hey Victoria, how are you doing?
Hey, Victoria.
Second one says juice with gin, right? True story. Gin you mix it here in the Philippines with either orange juice. That's what Filipinos do, or you mix it with calamansi juice, which is lime juice. I guess the closest thing you can come up with in the U.S.
Hey,
And gin here
Victoria.
is not made out of grapefruit. I don't know what the heck's made of. See, I don't know everything. But Jesus Christ, it tastes like turpentine. Not joking.
So what else has been going on?
Thomas Smith says, and Black Americans keep voting for Democratic Party. I don't think so. I I think it's 50-50. That Black Americans vote for 50-50 for Democratic or Democratic. I don't think it's because that just doesn't make sense, to be honest with you.
Nothing matters anymore on the last 3 elections in the United States. Although I think everything from A to Z. I mean, I don't even. If you ain't gonna let me fully get into it, let's totally skip that. My whole point is doesn't matter what color votes for what anymore. We're not even sure the elections are even right. The last 4 elections.
Yeah, Roger Gordon
Oh,
says if you have blood pressure issues, you have to be careful. Filipino food is packed full of salt. Yes, it is.
it
Magic
is.
syrup is nothing but salt, really.
Thank you, Pee
Sodium.
Wee. She's
Oh,
leaving it.
bye, Pee Wee. Headed towards SM, right? SM's the place to go.
No, everything is, and it's. We were just talking yesterday. Now that you're on the subject, I went and got what I thought was going to be lightly sweet popcorn, and it had 50 grams of sugar, and it was like it says that it has like 4 servings in it, and by the time you get it out, it's got like 2 cups total. And if you're sitting there watching a movie, it's 2 cups of popcorn, guys, that has 50 grams of sugar. That's insane.
What's the equivalent?
I'm not going through that.
Oh, okay.
So basically, I mean, yeah, like because there's only 17 grams in an average candy bar, so you could almost have 3 candy bars for.
Right.
But the amount of calories and everything, yeah, you could have had a Big Mac and a fry or something for the amount of calories they claim was in it. It just was coated with everything, so you just have to.
Yeah, hey, Michael Velasquez from Australia. Michael Velasquez
Yeah, hey, what's
says,
going on?
yes, Tocino, my favorite. Yes, Tocino is very good. Don't judge until you try it, guys. It's so good. Trust me, it's very addictive. It's real easy to screw up your body with that stuff. It's so good.
Yeah, Ruby was saying that. Yeah, they add brown sugar on top of their cooking. Yeah, it seems either salty or sugary. Does not take long.
Sperlin Edwards says the left and right wing belong to the same bird. Oh, I love that statement. That's so true. It's still the same government.
Yeah, I mean, if I
It's
would
hard to
say back in the
understand, but
70s and
eventually you'll
80s,
understand it.
certain, but now there's such mixed families, and all the families are so combined now, it's kind of hard to say whether a person of color or where they're from would be a Democrat, Republican, and independent. You can't say that anymore. The generations have changed. And then, 1 second here.
Hey, Papa in the Philippines, how you doing, man? Long time no see.
There's something that had passed, but I'm not sure because he said something.
It's high tide, and I'm heading for a 2 or 3 hour dip. Take care, all. Right?
Well, Thomas, we won't read, but basically you're saying, did we see your comment about Hispanic gangs are going into black neighborhoods and offing the residents? See, just had people say that we watch 24/7 news. If we listen to every single thing that was out there, it's not made it to the major news, Fox or CBS or whoever you got. We watch them all. Okay, and it's not in the newspapers here, and it's not what our kids or families are telling us back in the US. I don't know, but isn't there different gangs of different colors going in all neighborhoods? I don't think they're really discriminating on who's doing what to do.
Yeah, no.
So I mean,
It's a question of how they present it and if it's even true. Now, the reason why I say that, because
that
again,
seems.
first off,
I mean, it's not. I mean,
right, I personally
it'd make
don't.
it to the
Right,
Canadian news if that was
right.
true.
I personally don't watch YouTube anymore as far as that crap, unless it's a major channel. I don't pay attention to all these riffraff shorts or whatever because a lot of it is fake.
When
Most
it
of it's
makes it to the
AI.
Canadian news, when it makes it to the
When
British
it goes
news, when
into
it makes
routers,
Reuters and a bunch
that
of
kind of
other,
stuff,
oh, they'll
yes.
say Reuters is also against the president and against everybody. So that's just it. It doesn't. It's so much just doesn't matter, and for me, until it actually gets all over the world,
What I'm saying is be careful what you see. A lot of it is fake. And
most of it.
again, most of the time when I see something, it's already predicted
Yeah,
ahead
I
of
just
time.
put that up where
It's
you
just a
said
natural
it.
progression of things. That's all.
No, I'd agree there, Thomas. He says I'm getting older and need to be more careful what I eat, hence why I won't crack
Oh
a
yeah,
Guinness.
no. The older you get, the heart. And remember, it doesn't mean that you're full of dopamine that you're getting better. And that's what I was getting at. Some of you have heard this before. For those new in the channel, it doesn't mean you're in the Philippines that you don't need to take your medicine anymore or your maintenance. Please take your maintenance, take your insulin, and everything else. It doesn't mean that you feel better. It doesn't mean you're cured of whatever ails you.
And I agree, both parties are corrupt. I think politicians all over the world are in the same boat. They're about making money and about themselves, their families, and all. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter what party is in there. It's when the people are hurt by the effects of what's being done. And that's the only thing that me and George has ever been upset about. It doesn't matter if Biden or Trump did what's going on. It would be the actions that is starting to become out of control. And people are starting to wake up. So thank God it is. But as some people said, it's probably getting to be too late. So that's just where it is. 1 second. No, it's too late for those people that are now ready to back up. There'll be a day of reckoning all the way around. It's just where it is. I just can't believe some of the things that are actually happening. But I know one thing. I hope they get the undoing of the U.S. government as far as the government shutdown. That's affecting a lot of everyday people. So the Congress is continuing to get the paid, but right now it's everybody else that's in that line that's not. It's high tide. I'm heading for 2 3 hour dip. Enjoy yourself there, Papa. It is, but it's hard. Yeah, it's definitely hard. Too much. It's stuff that can cause you too much air, suffocate, too much water, you drown. No, that's true. That is true. Too much water, yep. Second one's like my family's all mixed up. That's because we're saying things that y'all can't handle or the actual trolls would love to hear. So unfortunately, we do mute it because I have to tell them what I'm actually talking about. So sorry, you guys can't handle the truth without losing it. So that's just where it is. We need to take the part they muted and do a voiceover. Yeah.
Mm.
What's that?
No. Spreading Earth says, I never thought about it that way. But it's probably true. Spreading Edward says when you watch alphabet channels, you get propaganda. You watch YouTube, you get everything from personal points of view, AI, and misleading. Now, this
That
is
we
true.
we
This
talked
is,
about that the
I
other
kind
day.
of agree with
Yes,
you.
they take the current
Mhm.
news, and then here's my thing: they wait 2 days later to say something. I'm like, why didn't that person talk about that today? They'll wait 3 days, and then they throw a bunch of their
All
opinion
right.
propaganda, Well, we do our opinions on some subjects that come up, like the kidnapping that happened, was it last year and all that, and we add some things, but some of them go on for days and days about
Right.
it and add stuff, and then you're wondering. Oh, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, 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 it's fine. Ruby says, when in the Philippines, eat dalandan, much cheaper than orange. Dalandan is the Filipino equivalent
Yeah,
of orange.
yeah, because Thomas, yeah, was
Yeah,
saying.
and it's actually somewhat sweeter because orange is designed for the climate, American climate, rather USA climate, because American could mean a lot of things. But dalandan is more designed for Philippine climate, and what I'm saying is it's an orange that's designed to thrive here, so it's better. Yeah.
Yeah, being tested here. One second. Did you hear that the Section 8 now has a 2-year max? Yeah, body for the recipient. You must have more than one child and EBD card. And being rejected by the retailer America, the eviction has begun.
I'd hate to
Yeah.
say this, but I agree. The reason being, again, because a lot of Section 8 recipients are just abusing the system.
There's a lot of things we
'Cause-
agree on, the illegals, but not the way it's being done. The same with this. A lot of things like this will affect the ones that really do need it. There are disabled people, there
No, no,
are
I get that.
elderly that
I
may
get
need
that.
it longer. And see, now it's going to
But
be,
like
but
I
I don't know what the
said, I've
rules
driven
are.
through Section 8. In fact, I didn't even know they were Section 8 because they're so nice. Apartments are so nice. And I asked, wow, look at these are nice apartments. What are these? And then um, the person next to me says, those are Section 8. And you can't tell. One, the apartments are so nice. Two, the freaking cars and the freaking drivers are freaking Escalades. I kid you not. There's like Escalade, Escalade 300 because that was very popular during that time. There were Escalades and 300s on the board driveways almost consistently
Yeah, they all have new
because
cars and
they're just taking advantage of the system. And I hate to say this, I kind of agree.
yeah, you'll see them up in the housing authority in the U.S. Yeah, and they, which it can't even go through that. Um, so you said you just arrived. Too much trouble. So you're on the second channel, George and Heidi's Philippine, Unfiltered Philippines. So the three-way we were talking about, because we do two different thumbnails, and currently in the one it's Wake and Bake is dealing with when you leave your country, or as in me, leaving the United States. There's kind of a three-part system of kind of like having your own wake. So there's like three things, or a three-way system of things that happen to you when you actually get here. And basically, your family mourns you, and then you mourn your old life of all the things going on. And then your retirement, most of them are coming here, people our age. So the three-way is our age. The retirement part of it, you'll go through a full set of issues. What's wrong? And you basically go through a whole set of boredom. So that is the three-way
I
that I'm
know, yeah.
talking about. But it's because we run a live on both of the YouTube channels that George has and that we're on, and we just do different thumbnails. But it's still the three-way we started out talking about in the beginning. Basically, the subject is when you leave the U.S., you're just going to mourn your own life. What kind of relationship you have with your family. You're probably never going to see them again. That is the truth. Here lately, I've been seeing again, once again, more and more homeless expats that end up on the street because they break up with their Filipino. They claim they got scammed. Actually, honest, half the time I feel like they're involved somehow, some way. Whether they're lying, whether they're cheating, whether I still think there's more going on to the story when we keep hearing that they're homeless and that it's all somebody else's fault. They're always blaming somebody else about them being homeless. There is another one that the Tasty Girl is covering Tasty Travels or something. It's another American that's on the street that's got diabetes, and same thing. She's always getting the ones that where they're saying their Filipina did him wrong. And then that one that we did turned out he's been living in an apartment. He's not even homeless. He just goes out on the street to collect money for his daily living. And so it's kind of, but either way, so that's what the subject has been about, is just basically talking about when you leave the U.S. There's a good chance you're not going to see your family, is the bottom line, and how, they accept you when you leave. And so honestly, guys, I appreciate everybody being here, but why is it they never question? I mean, I get you guys want to know the topic, and we're an hour and a half in there, but you notice they never question any of the other vloggers during their lives. Gio, Our Philippine Journey, Brian, any of the others, they can just say whatever the fuck they want, and just people are going along with it, especially the stupidest fucking shit on earth. It's like, whatever.
Sarah says, nice Christmas tree, Heidi. Since no one commented today.
Sam, I like
Did show more lights?
Nope.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
There's no more lights on that. Check it out, babe. Bam!
Yeah, I know.
Can you guys see it now? No. People applying for passport applications up 400%. Yeah, no, there's no doubt people are leaving America. What you think?
Yeah, Ruby says, out of topic here, but have you, Heidi, experienced All Saints Day commemorating or celebration in cemeteries? One, she's not gonna make it. I'm not making that up because.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to sit most of it sitting outside in the heat. And
not to mention, it's not that easy. Most of the time, you have to go through a maze.
Right. So yeah.
You have to go through the entire, and then.
And then, does your family really do that as a whole? Do they actually go through that?
My uncle, which we call Terminator, the reason why we call him Terminator is because he has a metal plate on his head and his metal arms, because he had a bad motorcycle accident, and so he's like cyborg. He passed away, and that's the only one I can think of. Now I get it. I'm talking about the great grandmas and grandpa.
For me.
And point being is, I'm not gonna do that to Heidi because one, it's not for her. What I'm saying is, if she was fit and able, I would remember Heidi's disabled.
Let's say that I was. I'm asking you. Not every family does it, so it's just like I was thinking about all the festivals the other day. A lot of people been asking. I said, are we going to all these different things?" It's like I didn't go to every festival in the U.S. It's kind of. I mean, I get why people are asking.
Well, like I said,
but the same with that. Does your family do it every year? Like whole families go down there and do a
yes.
You went last year?
I didn't. There's a difference, though. You have to remember, I'm mostly with you.
I get that.
No, you don't. That's what I'm getting at. Babe, there's a whole different culture behind me. I'm saying is, but I know it's not for you.
Okay.
It's not a lot for a lot of Americans, put it that way. But, however, it's not the same as it used to be. What I'm saying is, back then they would stay there.
Yeah, but I'm not
going.
Okay,
now
so you want to go there during the last 5 times. You've had the opportunity, at least the last couple times, to go. So why? If you wouldn't put me through that, it's not because you're sitting here. I mean, you do go to your family's house. That's what I'm asking.
Okay.
There's a whole culture behind you. You want to go there.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. You've had the opportunity. That's what I'm asking.
Ooh,
all Filipino families do it?
I didn't say all. A lot of them do. Do my family do it? Yeah. A lot of them don't either. Same thing as in the U.S. A lot of them don't visit the graveyards.
That's what I mean. So.
I mean.
Yeah. So. Yeah, the celebrations and the cemeteries. Yeah. Thomas said, anyone who isn't American and wants to live in a U.S., let me ask, would you work in Twin Towers if you knew 9/11 was going to happen?
That doesn't make sense.
America's in crisis. Oh, so basically he is saying America is in a crisis. They're avoiding it.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense. I mean, I guess it's a rhetorical question.
Well, I guess he's trying to say you can see shit coming. I mean, but when we left, there wasn't a whole lot going on. We left because of the crazy pandemic and because there was all kinds of stuff. That's when they were forcing that where and there was a lot of people that didn't want to wear those face masks. So don't say that it was the left side, the right side, and all that shit about the face mask. It was strange to be told you had to do something back then. But that's when they were forcing a lot of things. There were people being made to stay home during certain hours, and it was time to do retirement sooner than later. So there was other reasons to leave, but even then the crime was going up and things were going differently in the United States. So, but it wasn't the main reason. But I get it. That's why a lot of people are leaving. Is there's so many different things going on. But I get it. Some people argue it's still the greatest country in the world, and there's no reason not to be there. And people are getting there, but I would disagree. The people that are arriving there, it's where's all the tourism? Where's all the people arriving and stuff? Is it's kind of scary right now. No doubt. Is that on? Is that on? In California, it doesn't have to be. Let me read that for you. In California, it doesn't have to be just an area of Section 8. My neighbor's house was Section 8. Yeah, there's different property.
No,
Yeah,
there
it's
are,
not.
but I'm talking about the ones that are like apartment complex type section.
Yeah, and it's
8s.
no longer a Section 8 house.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think politics have been the same forever. Yes, but now everyone has a voice and the ability to put in. I think it's the craziest fucking last two presidential deals there's ever been in history. It's just so unprecedented. The
Part of
last
the
6 months
reason
of
is
Biden was
because
crazy, and or at least the last year with that dementia thing going on and all that, and the opening of the border was insane, and then right into the new president's situation. It's all unprecedented what's been going on, and I think that's why.
well, part of it is because of social media. It's out of control,
So
and that's why I said I don't watch social media because it's out of control.
I don't
Most
think
of it
it's
is
just
fake.
social media. I think
Most of it is fake.
I don't call the White House and what's going on in there is actually fake. I don't call what happened with the last president being fake. It's the things going on that are making people, they may be talking through social media, which makes it worse and it spreads quicker and misinformation. But I think that's why, things have changed so much because we've been together almost 7 years and we were never like, hey, 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 or ever talk to anybody, not family members, not nothing, and definitely not because of the channel. It's just there's a lot going on. Let's see, still your fault if you claim she tricked you into giving you money.
Yes, I agree with you.
And
yes.
now you're broke. Yeah.
Yes, it's your fault if you gave away all your belongings and then, because part of you know that you know.
No, you're right, Thomas. The non-American intel agencies do run troll farms, yes, to inflame the public. I
No.
think that's what all these instances of Charlie Kirk and this Benny Johnson and all this, I still think that's to inflame the public about a bunch of different things, good or bad. I'm not saying that it's lies or whatever. I mean, I got my personal opinion on that, but I think the troll farms that they send out leaving all these comments, yes. You can't believe any of the comments on anybody's channel, small vloggers, big vloggers, CNN, because they send them through there. I just noticed that.
Or
like,
content.
Yeah,
Because a
no,
lot of this content is not real.
yeah. So I know that retirement next year will be going back and forth from Australia to Philippines. Yeah, 2 times a year to be with your children. We know it won't be cheap, but we like to keep in touch with our children.
Yeah, now Ruby's in Australia. At least she doesn't have that issue as far as going back and forth.
Yeah, which is really cool. And she's got her health. I mean, I could see that we would start to blow through our savings. We don't have excessive coming in each month to replace plane ticket money. So we've talked about that, which will be for a lot of people. But the other is Ruby has her health. Every time I would go back to America, it would take a notch off my life, unfortunately. So it's so yes, if you have both, and yeah. But there are other ways. We do video chats, we call, we message, and do all these other things. At least we have that. If you think about the people back in the 1960s and 70s or 1930s and 1912 that left for America, they never got to see they'd write letters, and it would take a long time to
Yeah.
get those letters. So,
And thank you for our moderators, Ted and Scott. I appreciate you. And is Sarah one of our moderators?
huh?
Is Sarah one of our moderators?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah, for moderating for us. Thank you so much.
Sarah's in the house. All right, guys. Looks like we are wrapping it up. I didn't say anything. That was kind of odd. Are you?
No, I'm just thanking the moderators
Oh, is this kind of?
because they're doing their job.
Oh, I would have.
That's the thing. Nothing happened. If there was, never mind. That's the point of a moderator. Anyway,
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
huh?
Why do Philippines do again? I didn't get it. Sorry, I missed something.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I
Yeah,
don't
we don't get
understand
the statement.
I don't get the statement. No.
Siblings keep the traditions so our kids can continue the traditions. Yeah. I hate the face mask for everything. Whether
No,
it's the new.
I hate this face mask. There's still some people that wear face masks, but I get
there's
it.
like three ways.
I understand.
Here, they're
but
wearing them a lot. Like I just calculated, there was a 19-year-old girl. They said she was 19. She worked at a pizza place, and she's wearing a face mask. I was like, well, shit. It's because she was only about 12 during the pandemic, and she just kept because the kids wanted to cover. Because Filipinos are always covering their face. You always see them when they do stuff. They're always doing this now. Always. And I noticed, I checked out other people from around the world. Filipinos, you notice they tend to cover their mouth, but they keep wearing these face masks now. And it's not because she's working at a restaurant, and they didn't wear them before. The Japanese used to wear them all the time.
Chinese.
In Japan, they tend to wear the face mask way before the pandemic, a lot of them. So but they continue to wear them. Also, the force of them in the United States before they were even necessary, then it became necessary to save your life was the way. And then you've got the new agents wearing masks over their face all the time to hide themselves. So I don't like them in any manner. So it was kind of the mask all the way around. Hey, Mary. Thomas says, what I'm saying is America is going to be in crisis and don't come out of, you don't want to get caught up in it.
Don't come here.
Don't come here.
Don't come here if you don't want to get caught up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, makes sense.
The problem with a lot of expats is who gets in relationships in the Philippines. They seem to think that the Filipina is obligated to stay. Yeah, that's just it. A lot of them that get into that relationship, yes. But on the other hand, I can also feel for them because a lot of them do invest into the houses they're living in. Some of them don't even marry them. And even if they do marry them and don't have kids, I would also kind of be upset myself if I put in and got a house and was into a full life and you invest every dime and you've totally been sucked dry at that point and then there's a breakup. But it's something they should expect. It's kind of, you know what I mean? These guys are I don't know. You just got to be realistic.
Well, not to mention again, you're not stuck with them. You're same thing. They're not
Breakups.
stuck with you. What I'm saying
Breakups
is,
happen no matter
don't
where.
think that you're relationship is cemented. Don't think that. Don't get too comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, ever go to any nearby countries? No, because we didn't have any intentions to travel. We just came here to live in retirement. Um, so I don't know. Do you have any intentions to travel to these other countries? Yeah. So we're
No.
not a traveling channel. A few people have asked, about us, doing content. I mentioned this in the last live on Saturday, and I'm like, no, we've been a live streaming several times a week for the last couple years with maybe 2 or 3 videos a month, maybe two, and then we went down to none for a while until we just dropped the last two. So, no, we're not. Yeah, that's a little political. I'll put it up. Yeah, so it's kind of out there. Yeah, it's a little odd. There's a
Okay.
lot of odd
Well,
stuff going on.
is it? Well, okay. Let's the issue with the Qatar base.
It's
Honestly,
for training, is what it
if
was
you break
supposed to
it
be
down, there's
for.
nothing wrong with it. Really, there isn't.
Yeah, because America has
I
bases in.
see a lot of memes against it, and the reason why they're against it is because Qatar is a Muslim country, and that's where they're veering at, and that's not a way to judge. It's just not right. But if you break it down logically, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, because America's got a military base in
Thank
every
you.
country.
Exactly.
I think it's
If you're
odd.
against Qatar having a base in America, then America should, in your opinion, probably should get rid of all their bases around the world.
See,
That's
that's
the
just it.
thing.
Everybody has their breaking point with what's going on in the U.S. government. Some people have a total fit about that because they don't like Middle Eastern people and
Correct.
they think
And
of
that's
them
more
as
of it
terrorists,
against. Correct.
and then other people don't have a problem with what they're doing with the immigrants because they want the street cleaned up. But a lot of them that are being arrested aren't even the ones that came across that border in the last 2 years or so. There's just everybody has something different that's
No,
that's
right.
bothering,
Now,
that's going to break them
the
on
the
either
issue
side.
with the Qatar base again, here's the thing, guys. The problem with the Qatar base, a lot of Americans have an issue with it because of, like Heidi said, they're Middle Eastern. But the real issue is not that. The real issue is
There are
the
some.
reason why the base is here in the first place. What I'm saying
Well,
is
yeah.
no.
There is no other countries, and they feel it's a favoritism. He's been taking
Correct,
money and
because
gifts
again,
and the
that's what I was
connection of
getting at.
business,
It's
and a
not the
lot of his
issue
stuff is
of why.
business,
It's not an
not
issue of the
presidential.
bases here. It's the issue of why the base got here, or
Right.
well, actually
Yeah,
there. Sorry,
which
there.
should be the point of the
Correct. That's the point.
businesses he's making deals with during the. Yeah, so it's.
Right. The American people. The problem is they're mad, not for the wrong reasons. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, because that's what Mark was saying. The U.S. has a significant military presence in Qatar primarily,
Right.
and the base is the largest
Right.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with the base being here. Correct.
but they haven't allowed anybody else's
No,
bases to be
I
there, and
understand
then
that.
it's going to be
I
everybody's
get
going
it.
to have a slight
I
issue
get it.
with how it actually. Are there any alternatives to Starlink? Yeah. Well, there are other. Isn't there a lot of other satellite companies here that does internet? There is, isn't there?
They are,
Maybe
but
not like his, but isn't his lost some power or something? Didn't it first work really well, and then people have been saying there's a lot of things.
it's satellite. Satellite's not as stable as landline. No, I mean fact. You know, trust me, we're in Mexico for a long time. It's horrible using satellite. Trust me.
James,
That's all we
people
had.
riding in their car, yeah, you'll see them wearing face masks. Yeah, they just continue, and I'm like, wait a minute, we've been here almost 5 years, and I just realized people are still. And I get it if they'd have done it forever because of the smog and this, and that, but a lot of them are doing it to cover their face. Like the girls got so used to it in the younger generation over the last couple of years, they just, as teenagers, now they just, it's like natural for them to wear them. It's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, DW says the air here is burning garbage, cooking over a fire, and thus
But
cause of to wear mask outside.
right, but pre-pandemic, I've seen videos 10 years back, and nobody ever did it because of that. And it just didn't get 10 times worse. I think the pandemic
Well,
just caused a
there's a
new
lot of reasons for
generation.
that. Pre-pandemic, what I'm saying is,
But they didn't wear them pre-pandemic.
no,
Not a
I
bunch,
know that,
anyways.
but what I'm saying is, it does have something to do with it. For instance, when I'm getting at cost of mask pre-pandemic is astronomical because nobody wore masks. And what I'm saying, since it's been in mass production ever since that, masks are so affordable. In fact, you go to a Star store and buy a face mask right now. Before, you couldn't even do that.
Oh, Sperling was talking about bricks. Yeah, they were talking about the money situation. We were talking about that, and bitcoins and everything else. Victoria says, I've seen many Filipinos wearing masks in certain videos. I've watched most people in shops, restaurants, schools, bikes, also in Indonesia. Yeah. Yeah, no, I know it's due to the smog. So, oh, yeah, for the health reasons. Yeah, there's always something going on. Shekel, hey, what's going on? I still wear mask and gloves. Yeah, there's something else going on. Yeah, I mean, you're going to get them. It says, like Laura Loomer, outright telling lies about Qatari army units are here in the U.S. No, and that's just it. There's so many different things going on. It's the social media has gotten, it's
Now
rough.
here's the
Yeah.
thing: the issue with the Qatar base again.
Too many, what do you say? Too many cooks with their hand in the cookie jar, or how too many people with their hands in the cookie
Yeah,
jar. When
no.
one story comes out that, and then these people, I seen a guy the other day that had a YouTube channel that had 50,000 that was down there by the ICE detention agent, like place, and he was out there and he was like, I'm the real news, I'm reporting the real thing because I'm here on the spot. But then he went on saying a bunch of nonsense, and but he had a small channel, nothing before. He's got himself with a mic that looks like the real deal, like we would have seen back in the 70s and 80s. In other words, these people are putting up full fronts like they are the full news, and they say they're the full news. That's the crazy part. It's like, dude, you could see your YouTube channel started a year ago, and you were starting out jumping around in your living room. He had like a,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
it's like you're
That's
just
why I
a,
try to stay off social media, because it's just,
yeah, believe it or not, we do a lot of
it
stuff
twists things. And
we get direct from the horse's mouth. Like when the president puts out his own post, it's like, did he really just say that, or this just happened? And we try to get it from the main sources when it does. That's when we're like, what? WTF? Whether it comes here in the Philippines, like, wait a minute, that just came out directly from the presidential office. We weren't born yesterday to follow 24-hour news that just had a bunch of crap. So, okay. Do you smell gas?
no.
Okay, so then that's still just, now that is just me. Yeah, it's been smelling like fumes. Probably just because I got now used to it. Yeah, the big C is still around. My father is in it.
Yes, it still exists and it's still around. Yes,
Hmm.
regardless of whatever social media says.
Yeah, yeah, I'm just ready.
Mm.
Yeah, who forgot to hit the thumbs up?
Oh yes, don't forget to hit thumbs up. It makes Heidi really happy. Trust me.
Yes. All right, guys, we are going to wrap it up. I'm wrapping it up. Gonna call it quits and say your goodbyes.
Hi.
Bye, guys. So,
Thomas Smith says, "Are you sure George has a lack of smelling?" No, actually, no, I don't. Um, Here's the thing with Heidi, and I've said this several times. It's no big deal. Heidi has an ultra sensitive sense of
I could be
smell,
smelling
and
the cars up on
an ultra
MacArthur.
sensitive sense of taste. She's one of those people who can break down whatever if you give her like pasta, she'll break down whatever's in it. Trust me, she can do it. Now, here's the thing:
Yeah,
everybody I've known in
hypersensitive
my
and
life,
sensory sensitive.
right, who have extra sensitive taste, have an extra sensitive nose, because that's part of the taste
If somebody's
right.
smoking a block away,
Yeah.
cigarettes or weed or something, I'll definitely know it, and I can smell it like
Right.
it's
So if you
crazy.
give Heidi a
So
dish, she'll break it down what's in it.
pretty
She's one of
much,
those.
yeah.
It's kind of like Gordon Ramsay. If you give him a dish,
Yeah, you'll
he
know
can break
certain
it down.
spices
But
are in there.
remember, that also means that his sense of smell is hypersensitive
No,
too.
it smells like there's a car outside. So
Mhm.
yeah, like
No,
right outside the door.
no,
But
she can. She's very sensitive.
yeah, like when
Yes.
there's a barbecue. But guys, we will see you in a few days, or me in a few days, and it's going to be a busy few days. That's why we did a live today. I know some of you guys were
Bye,
watching.
Miss American Pie. Okay. Number one
Just gonna
commenter
say,
today is Roger Gordon, and number two is
yeah,
Sarah
Mark.
Tyson, and of
Sarah.
course, second win, number three. Thank you so much, Raymond Walker, Sperlin
Thank
Edwards.
you to our regulars.
Thank
that
you
were
so
in
much,
here.
guys. Appreciate it so much. Thank you for our moderators, Sarah, Scott, and Ted. Thank you so much for being here with us. Hi, Victoria.